the superintendent for Williamstown School District, and we want to welcome you to our district. I'd like to take this time to welcome our guests, faculty, students, and honored veterans to our annual Veterans Day program. Today, we come together to express our gratitude to the courageous individuals who have dedicated themselves to preserving our freedom. Your presence today enriches our commemoration, and we thank you for joining us in honoring those heroes. Let us begin this special event with respect, reflection, and heartfelt appreciation. Please stand for the presentation of colors by the Grant County Veteran Honor Department.
At this time, we'd like to recognize a few of our special guests. Judge Executive Chuck Dills, Deputy Judge Executive Colton Simpson, Williamstown Mayor Mark Christie, Kentucky State Representative Samantha Maddox, Kentucky State Senator David Baird. Thank you all for joining us today for this celebration of our veterans.
We would like to recognize our poster contest winners. The two winning posters are on display on the easels. Our junior high winner is 8th grader Penny Brooklyn. Penny, please stand to be recognized. Now our elementary choir will perform.
I would like to start by thanking each and every veteran joining us here today for their service and dedication to guard and protect our freedoms that make our country the best place to live. I have had many family members serve in the military, and I cannot express my gratitude and appreciation enough. Every year, our 5th graders travel to Washington, D.C., where we honor our fallen veterans in Arlington. It's an amazing and humbling experience watching our students from Williamstown stand with pride, honor, and respect as they place a wreath at the tomb of the unknown soldier. In class this year, our 5th grade students had the privilege of writing letters to our veterans. Some wrote to individuals they knew, and some wrote to you today. I would like to welcome Ms. Hadley Neves to come forward and read her letter to you.
Thank you so much for your service. I cannot express how thankful I am. Although I don't know you, your sacrifice for freedom means more than the world to me. You've done so much for our country, and one day of the year is not enough to show my appreciation for you. You have protected us and our freedom. You have proven your love and dedication to this country. If I had a million years to express my love and appreciation for you, I wouldn't even have enough time. I'm so thankful for you. Are you here today or not? I will continue to honor you for how much you have sacrificed. You've truly done so much for us and this country. You should know how loved, appreciated, and honored you are. I just want to let you know that you are amazing, and you should know how I appreciate you. Sincerely,
Please stand until the next part of the song begins. Students in social studies classes grades 8 through 12 are asked to write an essay for Veterans Day. This year's prompt was The Price of Freedom, and the winner of the essay contest is Grace Wood. Grace will now read her essay.
what do you think about freedom? America, rights, more than likely people much independence, and the ability to act like a citizen. Do you ever think about the cost of your freedom? The cost of freedom is always high, but America can break it. And one path we shall never choose, and that is the path of surrender or submission. This quote was written by the 35th President of the United citizens, John F. Kennedy. The reason Kennedy says the cost of freedom is so high is because the cost of freedom includes the people we lost along the way to get our freedom. The Revolutionary War, French and Indian War of 1812 are just 3 examples of the wars fought for our country and its citizens. Out of 12 major wars fought for our country, freedom and citizens, think about how many soldiers died in those 12 wars. Why did they risk and lose their lives fighting those wars for our freedom? Unfortunately, the cost of freedom is the lives of the soldiers who died fighting for said freedom. These veterans will leave their families, jobs, and their whole lives behind to go fight the wars so we can live freely. They risk the chance of never seeing their families again or friends again to get us our freedom that we have today. To conclude, the ultimate cost of freedom is the lives that were lost of the soldiers who fought for America's freedom. Veterans do so much for our country and deserve higher recognition for their sacrifices. Next time you're going to your favorite store or you're going to the park, think about those veterans who sacrificed their lives for you to be able to do your favorite activity. Thank you for everything you've done, not only for our freedom, but for our country's freedom.
welcome Williamstown Mayor Mark Christopher to present this year's Veteran of the Year.
First off, I want to say thank you to each and every person here today for their brave sacrifice to make this nation the greatest nation to live in. If it weren't for your heroic bravery, none of us would be here today. We are eternally grateful for that. When I was a young boy, I knew this old man who worked at the post office. And he knew that I played music, so one day he asked me if I played trumpet. I said, no, but I play drums. He looked at me and said, what? What does drums have to do with playing trumpet? I said, okay. I don't know, I play drums. He said, I said, why do you need a trumpet player? He said, well, I'm looking for a trumpet player to march with me and a few other guys for parades. So, of course, I was in no luck helping him find a trumpet player. But a few weeks later, he came back and asked me if I would play the snare to march with them, and I was so excited. You have no idea how excited I was to get to play the snare drum and march with these guys. I would tell everybody, but hey, guess what I get to do? I get to go march and play drums in the Veterinarians Day Parade. And everybody would go, what? Yeah, you know, Veterinarians Day Parade. And they would say, the animal people? I said, no, that's veterans. I'm talking to people who served our country, the veterinarians. And when the old man heard wind about this, he sat me down and he educated me on what the difference between a veteran and a veterinarian is. But honestly, that education didn't stop there. I got to march alongside with some great men like Tad Conrad, John Osborne, Dwight McComas, and so many others. Through marching with these men, I learned a lot of things. I learned about their time in combat. I learned what it meant to walk in time. I learned about these men and their stories of war, but I also learned that a lot of their friends didn't get to come home and tell those stories. I learned what it meant to stand up and to serve your country. I learned a few words I got in trouble for saying. You can ask my mom about that. But I learned about freedom, and I learned about sacrifice. And I lost my place. What it took so that we can live in the country that we call the land of the free, thanks to the brave. I learned what it meant to have and to give respect to every single person who's fought for our freedom. And I learned a lot of things while I walked with these heroes, men who risked their lives, all because this old man asked me to play drums. As I grew up, I get emotional thinking about this guy, but as I grew up, I learned a lot from this old man. I learned a lot through the wisdom that he shared with me, but I also learned a lot by watching how he lived his life and how he treated others. I saw this man had just sacrificed his time to serve our country some years long ago, but I watched him serve and continue to serve our county. I watched him sacrifice his time by investing in others. He has volunteered in various programs around the county, such as 4-H. He's coached Little League and AAU. He has served as an environmental educator. He served as an EMT and a deputy director for the Grant County Emergency Management. He serves his fellow veterans. He serves his church, and at some point, I'm sure he's served you and has made an impact on your life today. He has gone above and beyond and given 110% in everything he does. He does so many things for so many other people. And when you try to give him recognition, he shies away from it. Because to him, it's not about receiving praise or glory or seeking attention. To him, it's about doing what is right, honorable, and charitable for the greater good for his fellow men. So today I'm very excited to announce this year's Veteran of the Year Award, Lamar Fowler. round of applause. At this time, I'd like to invite House Representative Savannah Maddox to speak. Have a citation.
Ladies and gentlemen, Kentucky is home to more than 300,000 veterans. Today, we recognize that our great nation and our Commonwealth's existence wouldn't be possible without the sacrifices our veterans have made and continue to make every day. Since the official signing of legislation by President Eisenhower in 1954 to make November 11 a day to honor all veterans, our country has gone through dramatic changes. Our country has explored space. Our country has, although it has served as a shining example of freedom for the entire world, it has combated foreign adversaries, and it has become a world leader in technological and medical innovation. As ideas, political leaders, and technologies come and go, one thing remains constant, and that's the American veteran. Veterans Day recognizes all American veterans, those who are still with us and those who have passed on, those who have served their country in peacetime or during war. However, we must also recognize the role that veterans play in our communities. Veterans are our family, our teachers, our law enforcement, and our role models. Serving in the military has equipped our veterans with a unique set of skills to tackle any problem that our state faces. 85 countries, if you can believe this, 85 countries around the world still require mandatory military service for their citizens, including some major world powers. In the United States, however, our soldiers need not be forced to serve their country in the current era. Instead, they voluntarily serve to protect our freedoms and to advance our interests. Their commitment has helped to uphold our God-given rights and liberties, and their service is a pillar of reverence for all to honor and to commemorate. We must extend our gratitude to veterans for all they do and all they have done to keep our society functioning. Regardless of which branch of armed service a veteran serves in, they must be prepared to defend our American way of life. They recognize that the United States Constitution is a sacred document, a document that was signed with ink by our founders, but also fought for with the blood of patriots. That is why we each need to reflect on what it is to be a soldier and what it means to sacrifice all of yourself for the principles this nation was founded upon. I think if more of us thought that way, really, we might not have the kind of division that we see in America today. So today, we honor all of our veterans who unselfishly placed their lives on the line for freedom. We honor the men and women who were ordinary people until they heard the call of duty and they answered it. They left their families, they left their homes, and the lives that they knew, not for recognition, no, not for fame, or even the honor that we bestow upon them today. They fought to protect our country and to maintain our way of life. As we honor our veterans and their great legacy, let us also salute those who are currently serving our country. Now is the time to not only honor those who have fought or are fighting currently for our freedom, it is also the time for each of us to take part in protecting it. The defense of freedom is not just for those in the military. Each of us shares that duty and that responsibility. We don't have to join the Army or the Navy or any other organization of defense to act our freedom simply by maintaining it here in America. If we want to preserve our freedoms, we must put them into action. We must be diligent in teaching our nation's history to every new generation so that they understand the importance of the great legacy that our veterans fought to protect. We should never dilute or delete history. Rather, we should learn from it. We should learn from it and strive to lead ever closer to the framework of individual rights and liberties that our founders set forth for us. We're here today to honor veterans, but I'd also like to thank the history teachers here today who are taking up the task of educating tomorrow's leaders. I think that's very important work that you're doing, and I'm grateful for it. Sometimes we tend to take for granted the sacrifice made by our brave men and women in uniform. Without their courage, though, we would not be able to enjoy the blessing and comfort of peace and security. Perhaps we would not have the freedom to speak openly, to live our lives the way that we see fit, and to enjoy the fruits of our labor. On this Veterans Day ceremony that we are honoring our service members today, I ask you to not only thank a veteran for his or her service, but also to thank them for their role in society. In addition to thanking Mr. Fowler for his service, I'm appreciative of the work he did as a mailman whenever I was a little girl. And I remember him coming to my doorstep every day, and I look forward to him coming. He was always so cheerful, kind, and compassionate. And that's the kind of thing that really puts an impact, leaves an impact on a child's life. If you are a veteran, I would like to thank you personally for serving our country. May God bless you all. May God bless our Commonwealth. And may God bless our nation. Thank you all very much. And because we don't want to keep Mr. Fowler standing here indefinitely, I would like to present a citation to him. And Senator Thayer also has a citation to present. He will be speaking after. But Senator Thayer, would you come up and join me so that we can present our legislative citations to Mr. Warren Fowler?
Good morning, everyone. I'm David Thayer, I'm your state senator. It's been my honor to represent you in the Senate now for almost 21 years, and I've missed very few of these Veterans Day ceremonies. It's one of my favorite events of the year, and my compliments to this community and this school system for always taking the time to thank our veterans for their service to our country. I'd like to read the citation that we've adopted for Mr. Fowler, but before I do that, I want to wish a happy birthday to my little buddy Reese, who I just met right here. It's his 8th birthday today, so make sure you wish Reese a happy birthday when you see him today. Happy birthday, Reese. So, Representative Maddox and I have the privilege of representing you in Frankfurt, in the state capital. And we get to do some really cool things for people who have achievements like Mr. Fowler. And so I'm going to read to you the citation that we've adopted in the state Senate. To all to whom these presents shall come greetings. Know ye that Lamar Fowler is offered sincere congratulations upon being honored as part of the Williamstown Veterans Ceremony for his invaluable service as a distinguished veteran of the United States Army. A native of Georgia, Mr. Fowler enlisted in the Army after graduating from high school and completed basic training at Fort Jackson, South Carolina, and military police school at Fort Gordon, Georgia. He would go on to serve in the 287th MP Company, Berlin Brigade from 1973 until 1975. He was later commissioned as a second lieutenant and served his country as a platoon leader, executive officer, company commander, and combat engineer. As a civilian, he has served tirelessly on behalf of his community, including as an EMT with the Grant County Ambulance Service, Deputy Director of Grant County Emergency Management, and Deputy Coroner before retiring from the Carrollton Post Office in 2010. In addition to his many military and professional accomplishments, he has served his fellow man as a 4-H volunteer, AAU and Little League coach, Grant County Extension Service Assistant, and 4-H agent and environmental educator. Inasmuch as Lamar Fowler demonstrated a willingness to boldly and skillfully do what was necessary to maintain peace and preserve freedom in the world, and continues to utilize his time, talent, and resources for the betterment of his community and Commonwealth, he has offered sincere expressions of pride and commendation for his years of meritorious service to his country and to his fellow man, his extended best wishes for the utmost success and good fortune in the future, and on the motion of me, Senator David Thayer, is hereby deemed by this honorable body worthy of its recognition, done in Frankfort, Kentucky on this 11th day of November in the year of our Lord, 2023. Thank you, all veterans, for your service to our country, and to you, Mr. Fowler, for your recognition as Veteran of the Year.
At this time, Lamar Fowler would like to say a few words. So, Lamar.
I'd like to thank the Williamstown School, City of Williamstown. I was no man back then. I don't know what I am now. But anyway, the mayor and I will discuss this after school. To me, the biggest thing I learned in the service, and my wife ensured this happened, was the word service. All right? At home, I have my chores. I do my chores, like I'm supposed to. But I also serve my community. In all my years of doing all my things, I had one thought in mind. If every year I made a difference in one person's life, and that year, it's been a good year. So I challenge each and everybody in this room right now to make a difference in one person's life every year. See if this isn't a better world. See if we don't get along better. Set your petty differences aside, work for the greater good. Thank you all very much.
May be seated. As we conclude our Veterans Day program, let us carry the spirit of gratitude with us. To our honored veterans, your sacrifice will forever be remembered in our hearts. To everyone who participated and attended today, thank you for making this event a heartfelt tribute. May we continue to appreciate and support our veterans, recognizing that the service is a symbol of courage for us all. Let this day inspire us to uphold the values that they fought for. Thank you once again, and let's please give one last round of applause for our veterans.
Just want to say again, thank you, and I know that thank you is not enough for everything that you all have sacrificed for us. At this time, if there are students who have a veteran here, you are welcome to come down and visit with them, not yet, but when you are dismissed. So as your class is leaving, if you would like to come down and visit with your veteran, you're welcome to do so. Elementary classes, we're going to go ahead and dismiss you guys first, one class at a time. If we can have those at the bottom start.